Why, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Truly Odd podcast, where we bring you the latest in game news and movie news. I'm your host, Joe Garcia. So grab your controllers, get your popcorn, and let's go ahead and dive right on in, shall we? Starting with our game news topics of the day, it looks like we have a Fortnite X Power Rangers live action trailer. Now, I have had to watch this beforehand because YouTube's a bitch and you can't really play music. But man, did I love this trailer. So let's go ahead and jump over and take a look. I'll have everything linked in the description down below if you guys want to take a look at it from yourself. Yeah, just this trailer overall. I am not a Fortnite person, just mind you guys. I don't really like playing it, if I'm being honest with you. But after watching this trailer, it made me want to play Fortnite just to play. It hit me right in the nostalgia feels and everything. And right here, we have our Power Rangers. And the transition from video game animation to live action is just so phenomenal. Just what a great trailer. What a great choice. Phenomenal marketing. Even making the aspect ratio what it used to be when the show came out. Like, just great overall creative decisions. Whoever marketed this, whoever decided to do the trailer this way, phenomenal job. I mean, even in bringing in the Fortnite characters as live action characters of themselves is really awesome as well. But yeah, the highlight are the Power Rangers here. Just seeing the Red Ranger, yellow and blue. And I know a lot of people, like my brother, when he saw this, was like, "Where are the other Rangers?" And of course, we get this awesome shot. Look at that. That is just so cool. I'm sorry. I used to love Power Rangers when I was a kid, so that's just awesome. So yeah, that's gonna be coming on August 7th, I guess. So if you guys are interested in checking out some of the Power Rangers aspects of things for Fortnite, that's when that'll be coming out. But what do you guys think of this trailer? I thought it was a great trailer, and it made me want to play a little bit of Fortnite. Weirdly so, even though I don't like Fortnite. But that's just because it made me enjoy the trailer. I probably still won't be playing it though. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below of this trailer. Moving on to our next game news topic of the day. It looks like Scattered 2 Fallen Angels is getting a remaster. This was a game that was released on the Xbox 360, and they recently announced that they are going to be remastering the game. The game was initially released on PC in 2008, and it came to Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 in 2009. It's kind of like a Diablo esque type game. This article is kind of breaking down some of the things that they're going to be looking to do with some of the games, but they do have a trailer, which, of course, YouTube, bit of a bitch, so we're going to have to mute this. So if you guys are interested in watching this, everything, of course, is in the description down below. But while this trailer is playing, let me go ahead and tell you guys what they're looking to improve. Of course, better graphics with a remake. You would hope that, anything like that. Well, they call it a remaster, but it's kind of more of a remake-ish remaster, I guess you could say, because they're doing some interesting stuff here. They're revamping the combat, have it better be smooth and stuff like that. They're improving the UI, which is the hub and designs and stuff like that, and they're also fixing various technical problems that happen with the original game. So they're making not only just a remaster of it, but they're making some great improvements on the game. Stuff like that. So I think this is really, really good for people that are interested in playing a classic game like this. I hope eventually they do this with something like Legends of Dragoon or something like that. That would be an awesome remake, remaster. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are you interested in Scattered 2 Fallen Angel, and are you very happy that they're going to be finally making a remaster of the game so you can replay it, bring up some nostalgia? And are you interested in some of the things they're looking to fix and enhance for the game? Let me know what you guys think. Excuse me, guys. Moving on to our next game news topic of the day. Kind of just running right through these guys. But it looks like Nintendo has announced an Indie World Showcase that's going to be happening on August 7th. So in 2 days from the recording of this video. So if you guys are interested in checking this out, it's basically them going to be announcing more lower end studios, indie studios, what games they're going to be showcasing, stuff like that for the Switch and Switch 2. So I think this is awesome. I love it when studios do this for indie developers and lower end developers to really highlight some of their games and some of their projects. It's almost like free advertisement for the indie developers, not necessarily free, but you know what I mean. It helps them with boosting sales, especially interesting games. Hopefully, we'll get to see things like Hades 2 and stuff like that, which is some games that this article brings up. The only thing is it's going to be happening 6 a.m. PT, so if you're Pacific Standard Time, so it'll be happening early in the morning, so I won't be checking that out at 6 in the morning unless I'm up. But let me know what you guys think. Are you excited to see some of the indie games that are going to be announced at the Indie World Showcase in 2 days? Let me know what you guys think. Moving on to our next game news topic of the day, and probably our main news topic of the day. Battlefield 6 not beta, beta ray bill. Anyways, sorry. Oh, God. Jesus, kill me. Anyways, Battlefield 6's beta is going to be dropping this weekend, and it looks like players are already downloading the game and are already looking to play it. While there's nothing you could do because the servers aren't up, looks like over 10,000 players, not over, nearly 10,000 players have logged in and booted up the game, according to this article and according to some things. I have it here in the opening. You can see right here on the bottom that over 9,463 players peaked in the 24 hours and 6,751 were playing as of that screenshot. So very interesting to see that happen there. But even though the game can't be played right now, what can be done is you can go in and adjust the settings to what you want for a shooter, and that's what I think most of these players are doing. Probably setting up their controls in the way that they want things to flow as they play the game, which makes a lot of sense. But weirdly, that all of these people are doing this all at once for it to be, almost 10,000 players just initially. And just for contrast, the Battlefield was it 2047? Oh wait, sorry, 2047 playing right now was 10,383 players. So most likely these players will be joining the game. So I'll be very interested to see what numbers we're looking at. And mind you, this is just stream. This is just Steam. It's not including Xbox or PlayStation. And I think on the PlayStation you should be able to download the beta either today or tomorrow for this weekend. So just a lot of things going on, a lot of excitement for this beta for the Battlefield 6 game. But let me know what you guys think. Are you interested? Does this interest you? And if you're a Steam player, I highly recommend you guys download it and take a look at the settings and adjust it to what you know your playstyle is. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think this game is going to be as big as I hope it is? Moving on. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Moving on to our next game news topic of the day. And we're going to chalk this one into the rumor mill. So go ahead and take everything I say next with a grain of salt. This is a leaker actually said that it looks like Nintendo, for their 40th anniversary, is looking to do a new Super Mario game collection. So the games would include the following: New Super Mario Brothers from the Nintendo DS in 2006, New Super Mario Bros. From the Wii Nintendo in 2009. New Super Mario Brothers Wii, that's what the game's called. New Super Mario Brothers 2 from the Nintendo 3DS in 2012. So yeah, that's what they're looking to do for their 40th anniversary, to release the collection of these games. Now, this is of course a rumor, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. They might end up doing something differently, or who knows, this might be something that they're doing. But just so you guys know, a lot of leaks and things that happen in this industry can be one of two things. It could be one of three things. It could be one, which is usually the case, someone talking out of their ass, just making shit up. Two is a genuine leak that that someone knows someone on the inside and they get information from their knowledge. And number three, sometimes the studios actually leak things themselves to see how the audience reacts towards announcement and things of this sort, so they can see kind of where the hype is and where the environment is leaning, if it's positive or negative. So that's kind of how leaks work within the industry for the most part. But most of the time, to say about 80% of the time, it's bullshit. But we'll see what happens. But let me know what you guys think. Would you be excited for a 40th anniversary for the new Super Mario Brothers games to come out in a collector's edition or collection? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. We're just running right through the topics today, so that does it for our game news topics of the day, guys. If you're interested in hearing more or interested in particular stories, let me know what you guys want to talk about. Moving on to our movie news topics of the day. It looks like we had a trailer for a game called Rental Family, which stars Brendan Fraser. And if you guys haven't taken a look at this trailer, I highly recommend you do. Now, mind you, Brendan Fraser's coming off of his Oscar win, so he hasn't been in many projects. But it's interesting that he's selected to do something like this off of his Oscar win. Very dramatic, kind of another semi-Oscar baity type film. I think Brendan Fraser looks phenomenal in this role. It seems very heartfelt kind of movie. almost like a feel good movie almost. So I'm very interested. And if you don't, and for the premise, Brendan Fraser is an actor looking to do some roles in Japan, and he gets hired by this company who rents their service for an actor to play parts in people's lives, whether that be a husband, whether that be a friend, whether that be a child, whether that be a father. So I believe he's playing this person's friend, playing this person's husband, and this little girl up here in the thing, he's portraying her father as an actor in this world, and I just think it looks very sweet, very phenomenal. I hope this is as good as it looks, and I can't wait to check it out. It's going to be dropping on November 21st. So if you guys are interested in that, I highly recommend you check out the trailer when you get the chance. Moving on to our next movie news topics of the day, Freakier Friday is going to be dropping this Thursday, and right now we have the Rotten Tomato scores and some of the reviews out currently, and is currently sitting at a 78% on Rotten Tomatoes with 49 reviews. Let me go ahead and refresh this. Yep, still 49 reviews. If you guys are interested in seeing what anyone is saying about this, we have some reviewers here with a positive and negative. It looks like from this negative reviewer, of course, the shining star would be Jamie Lee Curtis actually trying, but everything else seems to be landing flat. So if you guys want to read some of these reviews, I'll scroll through some of them so you guys can check them out for yourself if you're interested in hearing what these people have to say about it. Me, I kind of avoid reading reviews only because, excuse me, only because I like to not have other people's opinions in my mind as I go in to watch a movie. But I think it's good. 70, almost 80% of the people watching the movie seem to enjoy it. If you take 10 people, put them in a theater, 8 people seem to be enjoying it. So I think that's a really good odds. And after I love the first original Freaky Friday, I grew up on that movie. And I'm not talking about the one with Jodie Foster. I'm talking about the one with these two actresses, of course. And I think it's a phenomenal movie, and hopefully this movie does well. I love Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm happy she won her Oscar recently, so it's interesting that she would return to a sillier project like this after winning her Oscar. She just came out in another trailer which looks a little Oscar baity as well, which looks like a good dramatic movie. We'll probably talk about it later. If not, then well, let me look up what that movie was called so you guys could. You know what? Never mind. We're talking about Freakier Friday, but look up any Jamie Lee Curtis movies if you're interested in seeing her in other roles. But I love her, and to have Lindsay Lohan return after being sober for I think some like 10 years now or something like that, to see her having a bit of a resurgence. Hopefully, this has her return in the next part of her career and come out on more movies other than bad Netflix films. But let me know what you guys think. Are you excited to see Freakier Friday this Thursday? Hopefully, I'll give you guys a review this Thursday after I check it out. Moving on to our next movie news topic of the day. It looks like Michael Ireland is exiting as head of motion pictures, as the head of the motion picture group at Paramount. So if you don't know, Paramount right now is trying to do a merger with Sundance. Merging the two studios together. And with that being said, there's going to be some changes and things like that. So it looks like one of the casualties of that is Michael Ireland is going to be exiting the studio. I think he's going to be staying on for consulting in the role until the role has been taken over and mergers all done, so he can move on to his next project. But he's had a very interesting career there so far in the past 5 years. Started in 2020. He got promoted to co-president of productions in 2021. And yeah, he's overseen projects like Top Gun Maverick. You can see it right here listed in the article. So Top Gun Maverick. They talk too much here. So basically, the projects he's worked on, of course, Top Gun Maverick, Mission Impossible, the Quiet Place franchise, and the Transformers franchise, which he hasn't really overseen a lot of the older ones, but more of the newer end ones. Now, I think he's done a good job for the time that he's been there. Now, 5 years isn't necessarily the longest time to take hold of a studio head and stuff like that, because there are movies when you first get started that have already been in production for 2 or 3 years, so those movies are being released, and we're going to see his work still come for the next 2 or 3 years depending on what he's been working on for the past 5 years. But yeah, it's sad to see him go. I think he's been doing good work. If he has a great big involvement with Top Gun Maverick and the Mission Impossible franchise, while Paramount hasn't been doing very well overall, to see that what he's been able to accomplish in his short stint there, I think he's done great, and I'm sure he'll succeed in whatever position he does next. But let me know what you guys think of this in the comments down below. Moving over to our next movie news topic of the day. probably our main topic for today's movie news segment. It looks like there is a Spider Punk animated film in development at Sony Pictures. So this, of course, comes from Daniel Kaluuya, who's recently tried to push past just being an actor on screen. He's done some directing for some Netflix film. He's doing some writing, and it looks like him and his writing partner, Ajin San, who I don't really know that well, there seem to be co-writing a project for the Spider Punk animated feature film. There, everything's under wrap, plot details and things like that. So this is just the general announcement that they are currently working on that. Now, I wouldn't get too excited about this yet, and the only reason I say that is because even though Spider Punk is a great character and stuff like that, it's been so long since the Spider Verse movies has come out into theaters, and we're still waiting for the other one. Let's see how long it's been. Sorry about this, guys. I'm gonna look up Into the Spider Verse. Uh, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse came out in 2018, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse came out in 2023, and it looks like we're not going to be getting Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse until 2027. So, 4 years. It looks like they're having 4 years in between projects. It was 18 to 23, that's 4 years. 23 to 27, that's another 4 years. And it looks like it was 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So we won't probably be getting this project till 2031. Seems like it takes a long time for Sony to develop these films, so I wouldn't be expecting this project anytime soon. This is just the initial announcement, and because of that, I get a little annoyed with the industry. Like, it's nice to have announcements. It's nice to know what people are working on as far as future. But when something is 4, 5, 6 years out, I don't want to hear about it. Really, I want to know what's coming up within the next 2 to 3 years, because that's more prevalent and more recent to what we got going on. Having a project this far ahead, and not only that, but the most recent Spider Verse movie to come out has already had a lot of production issues. So who knows what issues will come up with this and what will happen. So who knows how long it'll take. It's just more complaining than anything else. So my apologies, guys. But it is exciting to see a Spider Punk movie. I think his character is really good, and I think Daniel Kaluuya does a great job in voicing the character. But let me know what you guys think. Are you excited to see a Spider Punk film, and are you a little annoyed that it's going to probably be another 4 years out from the release of the Beyond the Spider Verse movie? Moving on to our last movie news topic of the day. It looks like Ben Kingsley, Andy Serkis, and Joel Smallbone, forgive me if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, have joined a project for Young Washington, which is a presidential biopic about George Washington. This movie is already going to be directed by John Aaron, who does a lot of the what are they called? Like faith-based films, I guess you can say, very Christian related type of films that are developed by that. It's going to be starring William Franklin Miller, who I do not know very well. If we pull up his IMDb here, let me go ahead and pull this up for you guys. 1 second. I want to make sure I get the right actor here. Yes, this is him. Okay, so it's going to be starring William Franklin Miller, who's this gentleman right here. I don't really know any of the projects he's worked in. Maybe Arrow, the TV show, but I don't remember him in that show all that well as far as these movies. I don't know. So this is good for him to get a nice starring role as young George Washington. Hopefully he does a phenomenal job. But just to let you know what the plot of the movie is, it looks like it's of course, about George Washington. Chronicles the beginning of the America's first president after making a tremendous mistake in triggering the French and Indian War. And an ambitious 22-year-old Washington faces his failures and finds the courage to become the leader that will forge a nation. So that's the plot, or the general idea of the movie. Ben Kingsley will be playing Robert Dinwiddie. Robert Dinwiddie, a strong-willed governor of Virginia. Let's see. Andy Serkis will be playing General Eric Bardock, a overconfident British officer, and Joel Smallbones will be playing William Fairfax, a friend and romantic rival to George Washington. So very interesting film. It's in production currently. I believe currently going to be in production soon. But yeah, what do you guys think of this movie? Do you find it interesting? I do thinking a story for a biopic about our first president would be very interesting. I honestly don't recall any movies about our first presidents, but I would more like it to be in the vein of The Patriot with Mel Gibson. I would like it to be more action heavy. This seems to be more dramatically heavy, and knowing it's from not only Faith Angel Studios, which is a faith-based production studio, I'm very curious what angle they're going to take with beliefs in Christianity. I don't know what George Washington's religious background is, but maybe he is highly Christian. Who knows? But I'm just curious what aspect they're going to be taking. I hope they focus more on the actual, you know, the actual wars and things of that sort, and not so much bullshit. I don't really know what they're going to be doing, but I'm very interested in what story they're going to be telling. And having Ben Kingsley, who is a phenomenal actor, Andy Serkis, phenomenal actor, join the group is also very good. So hopefully they'll enhance the film overall. Seems to be Angel Studios, one of their higher end productions for a movie like this. We'll see what ends up happening. But let me know what you guys think if you are interested in this movie. And yeah, and that's a wrap for today's episode of the Truly Odd Podcast, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. And always remember, guys, stay true, be odd.